The Hillmore Orbital Flare has been designed to eliminate tube cracking with an off-center mounted cone and clutched stop. It's equipped with a spring-loaded block to firmly grip the tube and a tube stop arrow for precise height positioning. Hillmore. Retool and conquer.
You're listening to Zack, founder of WorkingJoesRoundtable.com, and this is the Working Joes Podcast. Hey guys, it's Zack with WorkingJoesRoundtable.com. I just hopped in the sweet Prius, my glorious muscle car, to head down to the post office to send out a package to Mr. Joe Shearer because he won the Testo 550 in the Cowboys of HVAC weekly giveaway. For those of you who don't know, every Wednesday night, me and John Israel go live on our Cowboys of HVAC podcast YouTube channel, which you can just type in Cowboys of HVAC podcast, and you will see us there. We just started the channel about a month ago. It's going super. We're doing giveaways every week, and then we're uploading the podcast every week as well. So we're having a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. I know a lot of you are already over there, so I want to thank you guys for that. So we're taking Joe's 550 to give to him. I'm about to mail it off, so it'll be there, I think, April 10th. So if, Joe, you're listening, get excited. I'm sure John's doing the same thing today. I'm not sure. I'm trying to beat him to the punch today because last time he was like, I'm going to mail stuff out right away. He did a great job. And I just kind of drag my butt and don't mail things. But today, I'm mailing it the day after. So this is awesome. But what are we going to talk about today? Testo 550 is on his way out. Are we going to talk tools? No, we're not talking tools. I figured I'd talk a little bit about run caps. And just what I want to say is that for a while there, I took it upon myself to, stand up for America and use AMRAD run caps. And I'm using the turbos. That's what I'm talking about. Because I didn't know, Yandel Witherspoon actually sells AMRAD single run caps and dual run caps. I didn't know that at the time. So I was using turbo run capacitors, which costed me about $45, and then I'd sell them for like $100. So they're more expensive than your regular dual run capacitor, which you buy for $10 and I sell them for $50. So when I go do a job, switch out a dual run cap, my rate is $95 per hour. Then you add the $50 cap, it's $145. Now that's less than most people and higher than Chuck. But then we have the turbo run capacitors, which, if they're $100 and 95, that's $195. So the question is, are they good enough to pay the difference? Well, they have a 5-year warranty. But what I've noticed since then is I've actually replaced a few of them from other people. Now, I don't know what condition those systems were in through the time period that AMRAD was in there. But to me, I said, well, there are a few of them dying, and they are more expensive. So I ended up going back to good old-fashioned Jard, because my Ari Michael sells Jard. And I'm not quite sure what Jard is. I think it's Mars. I think this is what Israel said, that Jard capacitors are Mars. And I haven't done any official study of the situation. I haven't, come back and said, well, this one's a Jard and it's blown. This one's whatever and this one's blown. But I always know that when I put a Jard in, I don't tend to see it again, which is a good thing. I put in little Chinese run caps. I put in, I think, Diversitech run caps, and I'll see them pop a year or two later. Then you have your stock run caps like your Nordynes and your Goodmans that pop all the time. I just replaced a Goodman yesterday, and the 5-ton split system I set in 2012, it's an 80/5, so it was registering like 40, and then 5 on the fan side because the fan's not even hooked up because it's an 18-seer machine and the fan's an ECM motor. So I replaced that one. Preventative maintenance, job well done. I didn't even get the warranty run cap. When I get to those situations now, I don't even put in the warranty run cap anymore. I said, hey, you know what? I have these better run caps, and I call Jard better. That's, each person has their opinion on that statement probably. But I think Jard's a better run cap. I think, Trade Pro, the green ones are better. I have lost one every now and then prematurely, but nothing like these Goodman and Nordyne run caps, and even the ICP, because they're the same as the Goodman. They're horrible. I think, not to be non-classy, but they suck. Those run caps suck. So anything you put in is going to be better than those, in my opinion. So I'll put in a different one, and I'll charge them just a little markup on the part cost. I said, I'm just going to charge you a little bit more than what the part cost me, because it's better than having to deal with those stupid, warranty, awful run caps. And the funny thing about Goodman is that when I bought them from East Coast, they sold them for like a decent amount of money. They were like more expensive than the Best Tech run caps. Now, I'm pretty sure Best Tech run caps from China, they might actually be part of the Trade Pro group because there are all these Watsco brands. You know, we have Jim Air. I think even, I don't know, Carrier Enterprise Watsco as well. I know Jim Air and East Coast are. They do Watsco stuff. So they all have similar brands. You know, Pro Tech, Gym Tech, Top Tech, blah, 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 Great Tech, Bad Tech, whatever. All of them are pretty similar. And ironically, all of them are probably better than the warranty run cap. So that's how I feel about that. That's how much I charge for run caps. I know everybody feels differently about that. You know, there's probably 10 guys out there listening, and 5 of them are like, well, he doesn't charge enough. And then there's 5 other guys saying, well, he's screwing them over, you know. From different parts of the country, it's different. You might go to, you know, California and charge more because just the cost of living in California. You know, California house costs $400,000. Here where I live, that same house is $100,000. So you have to adjust your pricing because you have to live. So I can understand that. So you really can't say that you're cheaper or too cheap or too expensive unless you're acquainted with the kind of the nuances of the area. I've got a feel for it as time goes by. What I want to talk about in a different podcast coming up, well, whenever, is that I had to change how I bill. I tried different things. I tried charging less, thinking that would attract more work. That was a huge mistake. That was probably the worst mistake I could make because the level of work didn't change because people trusted me. They were sold on me speaking to them personally. You know, if you go talk to somebody, you know, a lot of us out there are decent techs because we listen to podcasts about HVAC. We study HVAC. We've all heard the same statement. Well, you sound way smarter than that other guy. The other guy, if y'all don't know, he's the biggest moron on earth. The other guy is the guy that dropped out of preschool. He has a rap sheet. The other guy is the worst person on the planet. You've always heard about the other guy. You know, you go to a call, you change the fan motors. Oh, it's working great. It's never cooled this good. The other guy never could fix it right. The other guy's been here 100 times. And that's just the way it is. Sometimes the other guy got a bad rap, and sometimes he earned it. But that's my short little bit on capacitors and a little bit extra just for you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to try out the Cowboys of HVAC podcast. Share that stuff, man. We grow if you guys share it. Attract more people there. So please do that if you feel so inclined. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for listening. You can now download all the music you love off Working Joe's Roundtable's training videos. Go to workingjoesroundtable.com, go to podcast, and click on Talent 875 Music to download all your favorite music.